other. We were so in love with us.
All right, everybody, welcome back from the news. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Parry, and if you happen to stumble into our show, if you got in your car, turned on the radio, and hit the button and said, wow, what is this? Well, we talk all kinds of business, and we talk music business and fun stuff, too, besides a bunch of real estate, which we do all the time. Our next guest is Rebecca. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, yeah, well, my name is Rebecca Della Torre, and I'm a singer-songwriter in the Phoenix area. I play piano and sing, but I haven't always done that. I've actually been full-time at that for about 8 years now, and I was an engineer at General Dynamics before. And I guess I've taught myself how to play piano, or started playing piano a little over 10 years ago when I realized that just being a singer wouldn't cut it, you know? It's going to be hard for me to be able to write my own songs and perform and really be able to take charge of my own career if I wasn't able to accompany myself. So it's been a long road, but it's been a lot of fun too, and I get to meet a lot of new people, and although it's not necessarily consistent, steady income like I had when I worked as an engineer, it's a great life, and I love it.
This is so cool, folks, because first of all, she's a very young, attractive young lady, and second of all, if she's been doing this for 8 years, you must have started when you were 16, but no, you look very young. And
thank you.
Give the audience a little bit of your educational background.
Yeah, so I wanted to double major. Well, actually, I wanted to major in music, you know, but of course I was talked out of that by, you know, family and all that.
All the engineers of the world.
Yeah, seriously. And they're like, no, you know, keep music as a hobby. You don't want to be a starving artist, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll double major in music and like computer science or something. So I decided to do that, and then of course maintaining a double major is a nightmare because I was actually already working full time as a programmer, because I started programming when I was a little kid. But so I mean, did like scripting jobs, like nothing really big. But actually, I got hired. So I went to ASU, and I ended up not doing the music, but just doing focusing on computer science, which eventually I went to electrical engineering and digital signal processing. But I had had so much programming experience, and because this was the time of the .com bubble and everything, they needed programmers faster than the schools could chuck them out. So
wow.
I got hired at General Dynamics as an engineer, as a senior engineer, when I didn't even have my bachelor's yet.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty cool.
You weren't even graduated.
GD paid for, well, it was Motorola at the time, but then it became General Dynamics. They paid for part of my bachelor's.
Yeah. And see, this is the point, folks. She's very brilliant when it comes to the science of the computers, but then she decides, at what age?
To leave?
Yeah.
So, well, age, and then I'm going to be giving myself away. Okay.
Oh, we don't have to. Let's see, how long?
8 years ago.
Oh. Now, here's the point, though. You just decided, first of all, you want to go sing with some cover bands. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I wanted to sing. I did sing with jam sessions and stuff, and I just realized that who I was trying to sing with were musicians at jam sessions, because I was really interested in jazz. I listened to Sarah Vaughan, and she was like probably my favorite. And I also listened to a lot of Spanish music as well, like Celia Cruz and Willie Colon and Ruben Blades. But I wanted to sing, you know, and Astrid Gilberto, who is up from, you know, Brazil. But I wanted to, you know, be able to sing, and I just found that, like, at the time, at least, I don't know if that's maintained today, the jazz musicians weren't particularly very welcoming in their jam sessions to singers. And so I finally decided, you know what? Forget all you people. I'm going to learn how to play the piano myself. that was over 10 years ago. So. And
here she is. She's able to play piano, sing your own songs, and then you're up performing in Desert Ridge out Pima.
Desert Mountain.
Desert Mountain.
Yeah.
And you're going all the way out. That's out, folks, if you just don't know where that is, that's at the end of Pima and Cave Creek out there.
Oh, that's way up there. Well, it's a private community. Desert Mountain.
Beautiful,
yeah,
though.
it's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, I just played there last night. I also play at Rufino's. Like tonight, I'm going to be playing at, well, not tonight. Last night, I played at Rufino's in Ahwatukee. And tonight I have a private event. I play for a lot of weddings and stuff. And I also play at Orange Sky, which is the restaurant at the top floor of the Talking Stick Resort. I play at Seasons 52 in downtown Phoenix, too, not too far from here. So just I have a varying schedule. It's hard to keep track of sometimes.
So you're where at Desert Mountain, North Scottsdale. Tell us the story there.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, so I this latest CD that we're releasing next Saturday on the 31st is called The Road. And this is the second CD that it's a co-write with me and Mr. Tom Searing, who's also a member at Desert Mountain. And I from playing there, and their Apache Club, they have a nice piano bar and everything there. And about 2.5 years ago, he and his wife and friends all were just sitting around the piano bar and enjoying the music, and they were being interactive. It was fun. When I went on break, he was like, "Hey, Rebecca, maybe we could write some songs together or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "I can send you lyrics," and I'm thinking, wow, what if they're terrible, and I was like, okay, well, why don't you send me, let me see what you got, and then we'll go from there, because, you want to be gracious. But he sent me a song, Harbinger, which is actually on our first CD called Incognito. So he sent me the lyrics for that song, and I was like, hey, this is good. Yeah, I can work with him. This is cool. Okay, and that's where it started.
And this is a gentleman that's very successful working as a hedge fund manager, right?
Yeah, and CEO of, I don't know
all
what he
kinds
does.
of stuff. Very successful. Yeah. And he's probably be early 50s.
Something like that, yeah.
And so he's always wanted to be. This is Elton John.
Bernie Taupin.
So somebody does the lyrics, you do the music. This sounds like a lot of fun. Let's get a little bit of a flavor of this. Let's go ahead and play a little bit of track 2 on this.
You grew up with no home in a house of pain, so you would always sit and watch the rain, perched up on the tailgate of that old wagon, as a way to escape the chaos and nagging. We met as people normally to meet. I was the country and you were the street. We shared a heart and we shared a brain, and soon we would sit and watch the rain.
That is awesome. That's your beautiful voice.
Thank you.
You took voice lessons or what?
Oh, yeah. Now I've taken voice lessons since I was 14.
So this is an awesome instrument. We've got to do a break here. We're going to talk a little bit more with Rebecca after the break. Let's get a website. How can people get more information on this?
Yeah, so RebeccaDellaTorre.com. It's RebeccaDellaTorre.com. So RebeccaDellaTorre.com. Or phone number is 253-234-7561.
We're going to use this music as our bumper music from, Go Away, Paul McCartney. We've been using that for years. We're going to switch over here. Everybody stay tuned. We got to do a break. We're going to be right back.
Honey, soon your career became all bang.
All right, we're coming back in from the break. That's beautiful music by Rebecca. Reintroduce yourself, please.
My name is Rebecca Della Torre, and I'm a singer-songwriter based here in the Phoenix area.
And we just heard some of your beautiful music in the previous section. Now, this one is an orchestral. Tell us the background on this one.
Well, it's funny because there's this song, Wasted Time, from the Eagles wrote. And Eagles is one of Tom's favorite bands. And they had this thing called the Wasted Time Reprise. So it was kind of like, it's similar to the song Wasted Time, but it was a full orchestral section. And so Tom's like, I want to do that. So he gave me some kind of initial musical ideas as to how he wanted to start it. And he wanted me to compose something that would, be a full orchestral piece on the CD.
Reintroduce Tom a little bit. He does a lot of your lyrics and kind of a co-creator on the CD.
He's the executive producer and the lyricist, and then he'll send me different lyrics and give me kind of an idea of where he would like the song to go. Like he'll send me a song and say, yeah, I think this should sound like this Coldplay tune or this Adele tune or this Eagles tune or whatever. It's that similar kind of an idea, and then I begin, composing from there.
And where did you actually go to do the formatting and the recording here?
We recorded everything in Ben's studio in Nashville, which is the historic RCA Studio A.
Oh,
it's owned by Ben Folds now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I'm very thankful.
Yeah, and so the key here is you had an orchestral. Tell us how you put the music together, kind of getting the nuts and bolts on this a little bit.
Well, like I said, he kind of said, well, I kind of want to go this way and I want it to be like this. But it was, I mean, he's not a musician, so he was just giving me kind of general ideas. And I was like, okay, well, so I kind of composed a little bit on the piano, maybe like 20 seconds. And I'm like, how do you like this? And we went back and forth until we came to a final piece. And he was like, I love it.
Wow.
So now we had to find an arranger because I'm not a string arranger. And one of the engineers that we've worked with in Nashville on the first record, on the Incognito record, referred us to a very critically acclaimed Golden Globe, nominated arranger named Kristen Wilkinson, and she did the arrangement for us for a 5-piece. So for bass, cello, viola, and 2 violins.
This is fantastic. Let's play a little bit of this to get a more feel for it, and that way the audience can, again, your website if they would like to get copies of this music.
RebeccaDellaTorre.com.
Excellent. Let's hear some more of that, and then we'll come right back. That is awesome.
Thank you.
And so the key here is if people would like to, first of all, let's go through the venues that you're performing at if they'd like to come see you. Tell us where you're at again.
Yeah, like for instance, I play at Ruffino's in Albuquerque. It's near Warner and the 10. And it's an Italian restaurant. I play there 2 Fridays a month usually. I also play at Orange Sky occasionally. If you check my calendar, you can see where I play. My calendar is just on my website at RebeccaDellaTorre.com. And also I play at Seasons 52. So, I mean, I don't have really a very consistent schedule with the exception of like twice a month at Ruffino's. But I'll just play a lot of different venues.
And again, they go to your website. They can order the CD or is there downloads? Is Bandcamp something?
Bandcamp is a site where I know you'll be able to purchase this CD in particular by next Saturday because we're having our release at Il Vinaio in downtown Mesa next Saturday night.
Well, let's talk about that. Give us the date on that and the time and location. Where's that at now?
Okay, it's going to be at Il Vinaio in downtown Mesa. It's basically at Country Club in Maine. I don't have the exact address right on the top of my head, but it's Il Vinaio, I-L Vinaio, and in downtown Mesa, and it'll be 7:30 to 10 p.m. I'll have a full band, 4-piece band playing there. It's obviously you just need to patronize the restaurant to come in, and you can get the CD, and so it'll be pretty exciting.
This is awesome, and we want to help support your efforts and also your associate doing the lyrics on this.
Thank you.
And we will try to use a lot of this music for bumper music, and we'll promote it on our radio show on an ongoing basis. And then we're trying to organize different events and promote Bandcamp, because there's a lot of people don't know that you can download music from there, and it's a kind of a new format.
Yeah, it's relatively new.
And we're pulling that together, especially for new talent, and get the word out. Is there anything, I want to touch on this too. You taught yourself to speak Spanish. In addition to teaching yourself to play the piano and be a genius when it comes to being an engineer, now here we have, tell us about the Spanish. This is incredible.
Well, okay, so like I was singing, about 10 years ago, I was singing in a group called the Orquestra Panamericana, or the Pan Am Band, and it was a salsa group, a dance band, and mostly it was Cubans and Puerto Ricans, and they didn't speak very much English, and so I was so frustrated having to go through a translator all the time. I could pronounce Spanish well, but I didn't know how to really speak it, so I finally was like, I am going to learn how to speak Spanish so I can talk to these people. And so that's what started the journey. And I mean, when I got this Camino del Éxito, some CDs that I would listen to, like 18 CDs to help you learn it. And I didn't matter if you were brown, then I tried to talk to you in Spanish. And of course, there would be Arabs and Polynesians. I was ignorant Hawaiians, and I'd be like talking to them in Spanish. But
they go, what?
Yeah, I know. But so I just didn't have any fear. And again, the Mexican people in this part have just been so gracious, and have also like helped me to practice and learn. And now I help them learn English.
Do you actually speak and sing in Spanish?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I have the last CD that I released in January was a Christian CD, and I had an English version and a Spanish version of it.
That is awesome. And tell us about your Christian music. We didn't touch on that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's stuff that I write on my own. There's not a lyricist. It's all my own lyrics, or I cover other people's tunes as well. So I wrote several songs that it's just, from my heart. Some of the Spanish side, there's some cumbia, there's a salsa tune, variety of rock and stuff. So.
We got to do another break here. Thank you so much for being on our show. Give us the website one more time.
Thanks for having me. It's RebeccaDellaTorre.com.
And if anybody wants more information, they can go to our website, 123bz.com. We'll put you in contact with Rebecca. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to do a break here. Everybody stay tuned. We're going to be right back.